Hello and welcome back to Hill and Ponton Social Security Disability Blog. I'm the Social Security Director, Natalia, Jofre.
And I'm Shelly Mark. I'm the Senior Social Security Attorney.
So we're talking about continuing review disability reviews. And we mentioned in our last blog, vocational rehabilitation. So this is a service that is sometimes offered to different people in different capacities. Do you want to just explain to everyone in general what it is?
Sure. Vocational rehabilitation is a service that's actually, I believe, funded through the state and it's provided by the counties in the state of Florida. It's a wonderful resource. And basically what they do is they try to help people that have disabilities find employment or education that would lead to employment that accommodates their disabilities, whether they're physical or mental. They basically do a really good workup on each individual, and then they try to place them either in an educational program or in a work program that suits, their qualifications with their accommodations.
And what's nice about them is that because they are a state agency, the services that they provide are free. So many times they give people free medical treatment. They put them through school and they give free training programs. I mean, it's not going to be college per se or a university, but it is going to be some kind of learned skill. And then once they've been to through the training program, they're going to determine, okay, is this person now able to go back to work? What kind of work can they do? They try to place them in that type of work. And by the same token, sometimes the person's disabilities are so severe, or if they try to retrain them and they're not retrainable, then they make that assessment and say, no, this person really isn't a candidate for this program. They can't be assisted or they really can't return to the workforce. We've actually used that a lot as favorable evidence in cases, because if the state is assessing that despite this person's best efforts, they can't return to the workforce, we cannot retrain them, then that can be used as favorable evidence in a claim. It's not the intention of Voc Rehab, though.
Right.
But the way that ties into a continuing disability review is where sometimes the judges love that, by the way, right? Absolutely. They love Voc Rehab because that means that maybe we'll put you on the payroll for a little bit, but then eventually we can take you off once you're better and once you can go back to work.
Right.
And so especially people that are in Voc Rehab or want to go through Voc Rehab, those cases tend to get flagged so that they can eventually, remove them or assess that they're able to go back to work.
Definitely. And that is going to fall with your younger individuals and even your 50 to 54. Especially when someone has, like you said, like they had an injury from a motor vehicle accident or some type of injury that is now preventing them from doing the skill set that they know, and that they're really going to have to be retrained or re-educated into a different type of work.
Right.
So vocational rehabilitation is a wonderful tool for people to be able to use to kind of find a different path. And Social Security loves vocational rehabilitation, and so do judges.
Yeah. And you know what a good example of that would be is, like, let's say you were a nurse your whole life and you're now 52 and you suffered a back injury moving a patient, something like that.
Yeah.
And so now you have the knowledge, you have the education, but you can no longer do the sitting, standing, walking. Not a whole lot of sitting nurses do, but mostly the standing and walking for those 12-hour shifts. And so Voc Rehab will then say, well, what can we do? How can we retrain you to do some type of office work to where you're going to be primarily sedentary and still be able to return to the workforce?
Right.
So I've had a couple of cases like that.
And there, most people that are, let's say 50 or 51 or 52, if possible, they do want to still be in the workforce. They do want to work more and contribute to Social Security for longer than at 51 years of age. And that is really the avenue that we see people take, whether it's going back to college or going through like a vocational retraining program.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to continue talking about continuing disability reviews. So please join us again. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, call our office or visit our website.
Thank you.